The Home Office will maintain its concentrated focus on Islamist and far-right extremist threats, despite an internal report recommending a broader, behavior-based approach to defining extremism. This decision, confirmed by sources close to Home Secretary Yvette, signifies a rejection of internal advice advocating for an expanded definition that would encompass violent misogyny and conspiracy theories. The Home Secretary's stance prioritizes the existing focus on Islamist and far-right violence, which currently constitutes the overwhelming majority of terrorism-related cases. This strategic direction comes amidst mounting public and parliamentary scrutiny of the government's overall counter-extremism strategy. The decision underscores a significant policy choice within the Home Office. While the internal report highlighted the need for a more nuanced, behavior-focused approach to identifying potential extremism, the government's response prioritizes a more targeted approach concentrating on established threats. This suggests a belief that resource allocation should remain concentrated on combating what are perceived as the most immediate and significant dangers to national security. The rejection of the broader definition raises questions about the government's capacity to effectively address the complex and evolving nature of extremist ideologies. Critics might argue that focusing solely on Islamist and far-right extremism neglects other potentially dangerous forms of extremism, leaving significant vulnerabilities unaddressed. The current approach's efficacy is further challenged by recent events. The case of Axel Rudakubana, the Southport counter-terrorism officers reportedly did not assess him as being at risk of radicalization prior to his violent act, highlighting potential shortcomings in current risk assessment methodologies. This underscores the challenges in accurately identifying and mitigating extremist threats, even within established frameworks. Furthermore, the internal report, for the first time, explicitly acknowledges the potential for Hindu extremism within the UK. This recognition reflects a growing awareness of the complexities of extremist threats, extending beyond the traditionally recognized Islamist and far-right spectrums. The report highlights the tensions between Hindu and Muslim communities in the UK, emphasizing the role of disinformation in fueling offline conflict, citing the Leicester unrest of 2022 as a prime example. This observation underlines the need for a more comprehensive and inclusive approach to understanding and addressing the root causes of extremism, moving beyond a purely threat-based model towards a more preventative and community-focused strategy. The report's findings suggest a need for a more holistic approach to counter-extremism, one that acknowledges the diverse nature of extremist ideologies and the interconnectedness of online and offline radicalization pathway. The government's decision to maintain a narrowly focused approach, despite these recommendations, raises concerns about the potential for future oversights and the efficacy of the current counter-extremism strategy in the face of an evolving threat landscape. The ongoing debate highlights the complex challenges inherent in defining and addressing extremism in a diverse and interconnected world.